was great to have so many different people here within the industry, but in different roles, and to really understand how sustainability and neurodiversity comes to play in each of their roles.
We were addressed by a team of architects who were designing a primary school where they wanted to take neurodiversity into account when designing it, and that's when we started looking into that.
When you have the base build fit-out manual with sustainability and neuro-inclusivity measures implemented in it, then it's much easier for everyone to have to follow it from a design perspective, having incentives for tenants to actually follow these or apply the sustainability measures within their design through the lease, discounts added for the tenants to actually want to lease in these buildings and implement these measures. I think it will be a really good start.
Generally what happens of late is we as designers try to introduce this, after the space budget, we try to create spaces and educate the client, but it'd be nice to see it done right at the start.
Across Moser, we have offices globally, but we call them our living labs because they really are spaces where we experiment and we test different ways of working. And when we learn from that, that then translates into our designs for our clients. We really try and work with people who are neurodivergent and kind of having that voice in the planning and working with people who have loads of different experiences makes it really effective in our design process.
The neurodiversity principles themselves, they are already part of universal design standards or design guidelines, let's say. So keeping that path and encouraging the design principles that we as organizations or even designers promote and trying to advise the clients of the way forward of having their workplaces or even other types of projects to be successful and to be integrated systems within the users, let's say. I think that's fundamental.
I want to see a change in perspective, so viewing neurodiversity, sustainability in conjunction with each other rather than separately, because you can design a sustainable space, but does it kind of nod to wellness as well?
We have the EcoBack Plus, so it's our sustainable backing, and it's a bit funny. It's as Siddharth mentioned during the panel, we call it Plus, although it's less. So we use less material, we reduce the use of resources, carbon footprint. The plus relates to the benefits it adds. So it's less material, but many more benefits to the product.
The neurodiversity is not a common topic to address. And I think from that sense, I think it's quite interesting to bring it to our attention, to keep it as a highlight, and also for us what made us research a little bit, to know a little bit more and how can we participate.
I think it was a very good discussion. Of course, once we got to know about the topic, I think all of us did a bit of research, so it really was educational for me as well to understand. Personally, I had a limited knowledge of neurodivergent individuals, having known some of them personally, but I think understanding from a design perspective to see what potentially can be done in the coming years to sort of improve it and make this inherent in the design process, not an add-on to the design.
The biggest thing I learned is about neuro-inclusivity. It is now an emerging requirement in the market to cater for different people that have different triggers to lighting, to acoustic, and different comfort levels.